Somebody has to start. Somebody has to step forward and do what is right, because it is right. Nothing can now be believed which is seen in a newspaper. Truth itself becomes suspicious by being put into that polluted vehicle. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her/him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Success will be within your reach only when you start reaching out for it. As the poets say, stories are truth told through lies. Once you have read a book you care about, some part of it is always with you. Life without any wonder left in it is flat and stale. There are few sources of energy so powerful as a procrastinating college student. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. It is important that we forgive ourselves for making mistakes. We need to learn from our errors and move on. People don't realize how a man's whole life can be changed by one book. One day can change your life. One day can ruin your life. All life is 3 or 4 big days that change everything. You're always going to have people who aren't happy for your success, but only you control how you respond to it. Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. The most wasted of days is one without laughter. Every life is different because you passed this way and touched history. Sometimes the sound of silence is the most deafening sound of all. It is quite simple to live a life of progress, have a vision, and be committed to the process required for success. For the first time in a long time, I want more than I have. Treachery and violence are spears pointed at both ends. They wound those who resort to them worse than their enemies. You can't let the truth bring out the worst and let it get the best of you. I never could bear the idea of anyone's expecting something from me. It always made me want to do just the opposite. Never let anybody guess that you have a mind of your own. Above all, be pure. You were given life. It is your duty to find something beautiful within life, no matter how slight. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end of your comfort zone. The heart's memory eliminates the bad and magnifies the good. Chase after the truth like all hell and you'll free yourself, even though you never touch its coattails. The most important thing is this: to sacrifice what you are now for what you can become tomorrow. Take care of your costume and your confidence will take care of itself. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. It is a fool's prerogative to utter truths that no one else will speak. Sometimes the only way to succeed is to fail backwards. I do maintain that if your hair is wrong, your entire life is wrong. Small good decisions will lead you to the glorious path of success. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. When one tugs at a single thing in nature, he finds it attached to the rest of the world. Devour your fears or they will devour you. Fear is a lie. Stop believing lies. It is rare for people to be asked the question which puts them squarely in front of themselves. The deeds you do may be the only sermon some persons will hear today. Forgive yourself before you die, then forgive others. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Swirl into joy today by sharing your caring with the world. Be a pillar of positivity. The point of modern propaganda isn't only to misinform or push an agenda. It is to exhaust your critical thinking to annihilate truth. The forceps of our minds are clumsy forceps and crush the truth a little in taking hold of it. Don't be afraid of what lies in the darkness, because sometimes the things hidden in the dark are our greatest allies. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Nothing in the world is ever completely wrong. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. To conquer oneself is the best and noblest victory. To be vanquished by one's own nature is the worst and most ignoble defeat. Anyone who knows me should learn to know me again, for I am like the moon, you will see me with new face every day. The universe doesn't give you what you want in your mind, it gives you what you demand with your actions. Wisdom is knowing I am nothing, love is knowing I am everything. In between the two my life moves. Live, more than your neighbors. Unleash yourself upon the world and go places. Go now. Giggle no, laugh. Someone needs to fight. Someone needs to sacrifice. Someone needs to inspire. Someone needs to be a hero. Don't lose your heart when things are uncertain. Instead, let it be the compass that guides you back to your truest self. The greatest blessing granted to mankind come by way of madness, which is a divine gift. Facts do not cease to exist because they are ignored. We all have negative thoughts now and then, but we can choose not to dwell there and not to let them control us. With an eye made quiet by the power of harmony and the deep power of joy, we see into the life of things. I know because I read, your mind is not a cage. It's a garden, and it requires cultivating. The desire to die was my one and only concern. To it I have sacrificed everything, even death. No matter where you are, you're always a bit on your own, always an outsider. Fantasy is hardly an escape from reality. It's a way of understanding it. Sometimes you get pushed out not because you're not worth it. You are worth more. People are, generally speaking, either dead certain or totally indifferent. If I don't find sitting at the feet of Jesus the most glorious place in the world, nowhere else will meet my expectations of wonder or beauty. Learning to distance yourself from all the negativity is one of the greatest lessons to achieve inner peace. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then quit. No use being a damn fool about it. For reason, ruling alone, is a force confining, and passion, unattended, is a flame that burns to its own destruction. Integrity is a powerful force, keeping you alive to others long after you've left their presence. But instead of spending our lives running towards our dreams, we are often running away from a fear of failure or a fear of criticism. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. And that's when I realized the thing about the truth. It always comes out, no matter what you do. Life is essentially an endless series of problems. The solution to one problem is merely the creation of another. Only the day dawns to which we are awake. There is more day to dawn. The sun is but a morning star. The moon and the stars shine, even when the clouds hide the sunbeams. That is why enemies can be great motivators. They serve as fuel for your fire. Only courageous hearts can endure the bitterness of truth. Great leadership is always coupled with the mindset, motivation, and momentum of great service. Guard well your thoughts when alone and your words when accompanied. It was like the beginning of life and laughter. It was the real meaning of the sun. Even the smallest changes in our daily routine can create incredible ripple effects that expand our vision of what is possible. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary. When you walk in silence, your excellence will always speak for you. The choices you make now, the people you surround yourself with, they all have the potential to affect your life, even who you are, forever. Sometimes it takes years for a person to become an overnight success. Some people talk in their sleep. Lecturers talk while other people sleep. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Just choose to be happy and live your own life. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. To leave, after all, was not the same as being left. I care for no man on earth, and no man on earth cares for me. There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is true. For to speak the truth, there are but few that care thus to spend their time, but choose rather to be speaking of things to no profit. Abundance is not the absence of scarcity, it is the presence of abundant mentality. The secret to achieving greatness lies in the art of planning. When we map out our dreams, we pave the way for success to follow. The way to make your dreams come true is to start believing in them.